guessing we're shooting already, right? I figured. 2 minutes deep.
Oh, we've been shooting. Apparently.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm on LinkedIn here.
What are you saying on LinkedIn? The pressure, Jay.
Dog.
The pressure on LinkedIn.
Yo. I'm finessing.
But it's worse than thingy, than Instagram pressure. That's what they say.
What's your level of proficiency in English?
You guys have been listening to Scooby.
It's not native. It's not native. I am bilingual, but it's not native to me. Though I can sound like I'm natively. But then until you go to England and then you realize that no, you got a shit British accent. Get to England, you realize that no, my British accent is not a British accent. It's like a Nigerian accent. We all think we can get to, and then you get to Nigeria, then it's like actually it's really bad. Yeah, people are terrible. But some people are good with accents and impersonation. Yeah, but then until you speak to the people that are there, and then you're like, actually, I think my accent is a little bit too stereotypical. It's not a British accent, or it's not an Indian accent.
But can you actually hear yourself? Okay, I know I can't do accents. Like I suck at doing accents at all. Like I suck. Like even if I were to try right now, it would be a moomish from the get-go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So guys.
And I'm still on LinkedIn.
Anyway, let me holler at you guys quickly while Scooby's on LinkedIn. Are you setting up your profile?
Hey, bro, maybe. Nah, trust. I'll
Scoobs
never.
is quitting Forex. It's his announcement now. He's gonna go start. What is it for though? Like,
let's just say I'm reading here Nikosa District Cyprus Hybrid. And then, so if we're talking Cyprus, we already know where I'm at with it. The brokers. I'll never deny myself the opportunity to work for a broker, even if it's for a month.
Yeah,
especially international brokers.
You've actually worked with a few, actually.
Yeah.
But I always wondered how you got those gigs, though, bro. I won't lie, because like, and there was a point in my life where I was like, Scooby keeps getting these gigs. And then I need to enter as well, maybe just to see what's happening on the other side. Honestly.
You know what's funny? Anytime I've worked for a broker, I've never used a CV. I've never had to thing. It's always just a conversation. Then they're like, "Hey, hop on," and it's never really been like an apply thing. It's just like connects in the industry. So. Not that I haven't applied or used my CV before, but the gigs that I do get is just always just like a connect and a chat. And I think the main reason which the ones that I apply for and haven't gotten is because there will be a thing and it's written there, Italy. On site, and I still apply just to be like us born.
You never know.
Next thing they hit me up. Next thing I'm living in Europe now.
You see, it's nice time.
Dog.
Now you can sell Forex even more. People are like, nah, this one made it, dog. This one is living abroad.
He's living abroad.
That time.
That time is just fun, but I think there's a lot of things that turn down, but that's like one of the things I wouldn't turn down. But also depending on the business model of the broker, I prefer brokers that offer hybrid structures or all sort of structures. Remember we spoke about IB, so I want a broker that offers rebates, that offers CPA. If they do profit share is not such a big one for me. I'm not a profit share guy. For me, it's unethical. So rather like a CPA or rather a rebate plan. So I'm always finding guys that either offer one or the other, not like both. And ultimately, I think you'd wanna like offer both. If you're gonna be taking on that role of being a business development manager, but a cool job. I think especially when you work for an international broker, I think it is really a cool job because of the amount of money brokers, especially international brokers. Now nobody must be, and funny enough, we're talking about brokers today, guys. But nobody locally did like feel offended by this. But like international brokers have zags. They have like a whole lot of money. And the amount of money they are willing to release is much higher than what you'll get like locally. Or locally, you have to, let's just say an international broker. I bring them $500,000 and they don't mind spending 10% of that on me. I'll bring them $500,000 and they'll spend like 50 to 100K on me. But local broker, you're bringing $500,000 and then they like, nah, their budget for you is 12,000, and you're like, what? So I'm not saying it's a situation all the time, but like I'm saying, that sometimes locally, I've always felt that we gotta work twice as hard, to get the numbers or the recognition. And I get where it all comes from. We're competing with people which much higher GDPs, like with brokers that get clients with a much higher GDP. So sometimes you find brokers will operate for a good year or two in Africa, not being profitable, but because they've got money from so many other places in the world, they're able to run unprofitably in South Africa for a good like year or two, or in Africa for a good year or two, because they know that, okay, we're spending so much money and we're gonna dominate the market share with this, and we know that we're being subsidized by our other business from other regions, other countries. So but it's quite interesting, especially like when you start growing in the broker side, what you can get to like learn and see, and like what's really going on and where the money is. I'm not saying there's no money in forex. Yes, there is money, a whole lot of money in forex and as a trader, but on a day-to-day business, trust the brokerage space is somewhat more guaranteed, although it does have its risk, and we will talk about the different sort of methods, or how can I say, let me not say methods, business models that brokerages use, and just getting into that. But and Konja, last week we didn't record last week, but we are a bit late with this, so I hope that it's gonna come out Tuesday. Do you think
Tuesday 5 o'clock?
Do you think you're still pushing tomorrow?
No, Tuesday 5 o'clock is the time now. From now on, guys, just an announcement, PSA. Tuesday 5 o'clock is when we release the podcast, guys, because we realize pushing for Monday, guys, like our weekends tend to be like on some other, and we're not trying to work on weekends. Weekends come with their own stresses of life, bro. So like from now on, like Tuesdays 5 o'clock, you guys can hold us accountable to that.
We'll push that commitment.
Yeah, that's a commitment. 100%. But like, we're here now. It's another week. Can we still say brand new week? Brand new week for the podcast.
Yeah, it's a brand new week. It's a new week. It's a Monday. It's a Monday. So as we said, that this week we're getting into the exciting / controversial topic of brokers, because people we always cry about brokers. I think as a retail trader, I think a lot of people are under the impression that the broker is their biggest enemy.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's not necessarily the case, all the time. I know there are cases and instances where a broker will be against you, but as far as most reputable brokers go, if anything is going wrong, it's going wrong with the liquidity provider. Yeah, so maybe we should also write that, because that wasn't a subtopic, just so that people understand what a liquidity provider is.
Yeah, I think that's very important, though.
Yeah, and understanding that even your broker, even when your broker says liquidity provider, it could just all be crap, because they could be the liquidity provider themselves. Then there's a flop, and then they're like, nah, it's because of the LP, and you're like, whoa, it's not because of the LP.
No.
You are the LP. What are you saying? I think just to jump into, we'll get into this, but just to jump into like a bit of regulation, because I don't want to like forget it now when we actually get into regulation.
Okay.
But there's certain business models which local brokers do, which they actually not licensed to do, and that is things like being the liquidity provider. There's only 4 people or four banks that can actually be LPs and write prices. So now I don't know how to explain it, but if you get me, you get me. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah.
But then to like write prices is to like create a market, be a market maker. Now we'll get into the chat of like market maker, because people think, hey, market maker is evil, whatnot. Which is not necessarily the case. Yeah, maybe to a certain extent, maybe, but that's only if you're experiencing manipulation, and it's a really thin line between manipulation and market condition made like forced us to do that. But just a quick thing, only 4 people are technically supposed to be running or writing prices, being liquidity provider, and those 4 people are the major banks, being Absa, Standard,
and this is just in South
FNB,
Africa, right?
South Africa, and Konje, who's and this is an ODP license that you get, and I think it's Nedbank. Somebody can correct me on that, but I know Absa, FNB, and Standard Bank are definitely the 3. But it's Nedbank. It's Nedbank if I'm not mistaken, and everybody else, well, they're doing it, but they're not doing it according to the law, which is why we saw. I don't like mentioning brokers, but I think this one I can mention because they're no longer around. But which is why we saw JP Markets having an issue. This is why we saw JP Markets having an issue because they had ODP issues, right? And it's funny enough, because the retaliation to that, in his defense, right, was like, but everybody else is doing it. Why are you guys singling me out? And it was so funny, because it was like he's snitching, and he listed 11 other brokers. He listed 11 other brokers, and he's like, these 11 guys are doing the same thing as me, but you guys are fetching me only. Which is why I think somebody else, they rhyme with velocity. I think that's why they're seeing like flames right now.
You think so?
Because the tech provider, the tech provider for JP Markets is a tech provider for the other guys, and he was the tech provider for I'm not sure if he was a tech provider or working as the tech specialist at ACM Gold. Which is another broker that went down. So I mean, if you've been part of 2 brokers that went down, man, the third or the fourth or what?
There's a current common denominator.
There's a common denominator, and but excellent tech provider.
Okay.
And I don't want to say his name, because next thing I'm getting sued here. No, there's people in the game that are confidently say the name, you know. I was about to drop a name, you know, just to crap on, but let me not do that. But there's people in the game which I wouldn't mind dropping the name because I know they're not going to do anything about it. And then there's certain people where you're like, you're
not quite sure where this one's going to go.
They're smart enough to make it an issue, not necessarily get into trouble, super trouble, but they can make it an issue. But he's one of the people, and his business is very niche, you know, which giving somebody a business idea here, a plan, but everybody is going into the brokerage space, but tech providers very few, you know, and you do need things like MetaTrader 4. You do need things like CRM, although he wasn't a CRM maker, but he was very huge in providing the tech and support as far as MetaTrader 4 went, the quotes and all of that, which that's the next I think thing to look at in South Africa, you know, and hopefully traders aren't watching this as much as our regular people. I know traders watch this, but I think I'd rather get our regular people getting into that space. But everybody is going into making a broker now.
Yeah, that is so true. I think for so many people it becomes like the goal that you need to work towards.
Yeah, the goal that you need to work to.
I think it's been like outlined that in the industry, you come mentor. After mentor, you chill for a bit.
Have a midlife crisis,
and then you come back with a broker.
You come back with a broker, which is becoming a thing, or like traders being very involved in stuff like brokerages, and it's like, okay, since everybody's pretty much trying to hop on that now, just be a tech provider, you know. I've got a friend of mine. He was very smart. He bought servers, MetaTrader 4 servers, and now he's a white labeler, you know, and that's where there's a huge business gap, because you know that if you're a local white labeler giving people local prices, because the biggest thing is we're always being charged in dollars.
That
So sometimes, and most of the time, you're gonna have to get an investor here. You know, even if you can have the money, just as a business side of things, any business person will tell you that don't use your own money. Always use somebody else's money. And it's a funny rule. So you're always gonna need like investors and stuff. But now you can't be telling your investor that your fees today were like 20,000. Next month you're telling him they were 27,000, and those are the same fees. He'll be like, "Did you add a feature?" And you'll be like, "No." So if you get like a local tech provider, you know, giving you local solutions, local pricing and stuff like that, that's cool. And I think that's why a lot of people like to work with the one local guy there. But I was getting to the point of basically the ODP license and just being a market maker, and how in South Africa we can't say it's illegal, you know. You can't say it's illegal, but it's there's a gray area. So there's too many rules not written, and it's something that I've been saying throughout like the show, that like there's gray areas in the South African law where just because a law or rule isn't written or covered doesn't mean that is illegal, or doesn't mean that it's legal. There's no ruling on it, so we can't really say whether it's legal or illegal. And I think that's why JP, in terms of appealing the case, right, got a different story, because like I said, that there's a gray area there that just needs to be covered and addressed, which it's quite interesting to see how the next year or two is gonna play out as far as forex is concerned, because newer people are coming into the FSCA FSCA, you know, and the FSCA is getting to understand a bit more the industry, and so there are those changes that are going to be happening, and that's why as we speak, there's a local broker that's seeing heat, you know, and it's not always only local. I'll name another one, for example. Are we editing that out? Are we catching it? Do we keep it rolling?
We keep it rolling.
Yeah. There's like I said, there's another broker, FX Primus, right? And so FX Primus used to operate locally, but now the license locally has been withdrawn.
Okay.
You know, so it's not always the local guys. And I think, like, as South Africa, we've just built that whole thing that local guys,
gotta take my money international.
And you gotta understand that these things are happening also overseas, but because people got licenses in so many other places, they can continue operating because it's like, okay, we just won't offer this through this license, we'll offer this through another license. And that's why these brokers are going for different regions, different licensing. Same time, different regions, different licensing, and that's because other people are being smarter, other people are getting tighter as far as like regulations go, and that's why some brokers, their landing page, they'll be like, oh, if you're a South African client, rather use this. There's a broker recently that I've been promoting, and when you sign up, it actually gives you two options. It's like, go with our Australian license or go with our SVG license, you know. So that's what's happening, you know. People are having the option of going in to different licenses. So I think
trading in different conditions, because each one comes with its own conditions, obviously.
Yeah, each one comes with its own conditions and stuff like that. But I think it's more of an operational thing, because like I said, in terms of Primus, they were like, okay, closing down all South African accounts, but you could go back to the same broker just through a different license. And like a lot of people are getting a Bermuda license because Cyprus is not a playground, the same playground it used to be, you know. That playground has rules now, so it's still a playground, but now that playground has guards there, has teachers there, have people always watching and making sure that like things are running straightforward, you know, and things are being done like accordingly, which is why over the years, you know, date back to your 2010, 2011 Cyprus, and you know, it was a joke, because those brokers, the brokers could do anything there. Well, not just like anything, but they could do a lot of nonsense, get away with a lot. You know, and get away with a lot. Unlike now, those are one of the places where you're like, okay, I'd rather have my account come or my broker be from there, because of how, and by means of everybody going there. Obviously they had to develop for that, and that's why I think like South Africa, the regulation is becoming as such that like it's becoming tight. That's why I think JP Markets, FX Primus, and other local people are seeing some troubles, you know. It's because we're growing in the industry, so you find now a lot of local brokers, they just hire any and everyone, you know. And I appreciate that about like that happened in the industry, because now you've got people getting graduate salaries and they're not even a graduate, you know. So that was the nice thing about it. But then at the same time, I feel like too many people didn't know. So now like regulation is becoming tighter in terms of like the people working for you. 50% of them have to have their RE5 regulatory examination, which is any financial industry. Like if you're working there, you have to have it. if you've been working for like a financial industry for like more than 5 years now.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get into
That's a different
those
chat right there.
technicalities because
chat.
I feel like it's for another day. But yeah, actually, you never realize that regulation is a whole chat until you get into it, and then you realize that
like,
Guti, what can they offer? Because I think let's write that down. Regulation. I don't think it will be such a long episode because we'll cover just like pretty much forex regulations and what we need, and which is very important that people understand
and aware
those things, because maybe in the short term it won't affect anyone, but in the long term I've seen people being pulled into brokers, which do we need to explain what a broker is? Okay.
I was actually thinking about that, but I feel like, maybe we do. You never know. Somebody's here to just learn, and then, so we need to kind of explain.
Mind breaking down a broker for us. No.
So, guys, if you need access to the market, so you can't just, as yourself as a person, go directly and take your money to the market. You need a third party. You can call it a middleman in this case.
Yeah, middleman.
A middleman in this case to give you access to that market. So, hence, right now, we've had like the popularity of online brokers grow over the years right now, because it never used to be like this, because back in the day it was just a matter of you needed to call a broker
and then place your order and be like, I like to put 100,000 contracts long on Euro USD, and half of you chilling there like, what is he saying?
and it was really a trust thing, though, if you think about it.
Saying 50,000 contracts. Now it sounds like a whole lot of money.
But no,
saying 1,000 contracts. Yeah, please put 1,000 contracts long on the cable. And it's like the first person in the comments but that doesn't count because you couldn't Google these things. If we had a live audience, I'd give away an e-wallet right now to be like, whoever can tell me what I mean, and I'll be like, putting 1,000 contracts long on the cable. What I'm saying, do you know what I'm saying?
Nah, I think I do. Should I answer?
Yeah,
I think I do. 1,000 long contracts on the cable. So, does cable have anything to do with tape?
No.
Then never mind. Let's not get into it.
There's a cable. There's the Kiwi. There's the Looney. Cable, GBP USD, Looney, Odd USD, Kiwi, NZD USD. So it's like all these things with the euro dollar has always been like the euro. But cable, GBP USD. So 1,000 contracts long is in MetaTrader 4 terms 0.01 buy on GBP USD. That's what I was saying basically. But that's how the conversations would go down back in the day. It sounds so cool. And then you're like, add 100,000 more contracts. This guy's about to be super rich. It's one lot. Fair one lot is a significant amount of money, but now it sounds like things are going so hectic or whatever, and it's like not that hectic. Not that hectic. But so, like you're saying, back in the day, you had to
call somebody. Now, obviously, over the time, that has all changed. We have the internet, we have online brokers, retail traders now can have access to the market very easily. So, like, very quickly, you can open an account. Anyway,
I don't know if I've mentioned this before here on the podcast, but I remember my first trading account, I had to put in 5,000 rands because the minimum. So I started
it used
trading.
To be different, actually.
I started trading when the rand dollar exchange rate was like between 9 and 10. So the minimum deposit was $500. So that's why I was saying 5,000 rand. So I had to, every time I was trying to deposit, get 5,000 rands, which as a student at the time was so difficult. And then I started seeing like some online guys, and especially like South Africa, it was a South African broker. And because there was no competition, those people were ridiculous. But over time, I've seen it go down, down to ridiculous amounts like $5 and $2.
I think $2 is the lowest, right?
Yeah,
Deposit.
but I think a lot of those guys are taking that option away. They went down. And then they were just like,
there's no
we
money.
play.
There's no money.
Yeah, because they need to make their money. Even like with micro accounts, I've seen like other brokers, they've made they've upped the micro account like minimum lot size because they like, when are people ever gonna trade significant lots here? So I think a lot of people are just like trial and error. Let's see how it's going on. I think also with different regions, they are playing it a bit differently. And I think one region that we're running with as Africa is Latam, so like Latin America and stuff like that. And I think when they offer them like $2 deposits, they know the guy's gonna like do $2 deposits the whole day. Unlike here in South Africa, a person's just gonna be like $2
finished.
Blow. Chief,
this thing is not working.
Come back tomorrow. No, not that it's not working, but then it'll be like, okay, I'll just use my lunch money. And normally it's like students and stuff doing that. So
trying their luck,
like, do my lunch money today. Okay, I lost my lunch money. So tomorrow I'm trying to eat my lunch. So let me not do it tomorrow, but Wednesday. I'll take Wednesday's lunch money. I'll pack lunch on Wednesday. Sort of thing. So I think that's what's what. Yeah, but that is a broker.
Basically,
essentially, that's what a broker is.
Yeah, so this is where you actually put your money. You deposit the money into the broker, not give it to people, guys.
Never give it to people.
And this is where your money is held with the broker. Usually they have like different accounts, but that's a deeper chat, right?
Okay, look, brokers are supposed to have segregated accounts and where client funds and their profits and their money is kept separately. But not everybody does that, but that's what's supposed to happen. And you only send your money. You only send your money to the broker, regulated broker. Do your own research, which I like. I think we must have another chat on regulation because just because I have an FSP doesn't mean I'm regulated for Forex, which there was a whole issue around it, and I actually need to talk to one of my friends, see how he worked around his little issue. But different account types offered by brokers. I think off the bat, we'll just start with a standard account because that's like what everybody does.
That's like the standard one.
That's why it's called standard account.
It's a standard one.
Where it's purely spread based. No commissions on the trade, and you offered your instrument. One lot equals 100,000 contracts, and I think that's like we're saying standard. As we're saying, it's normally got spread. It can come through ways of STP, which is straight through processing, and I'm actually lying. I could be corrected on something, and reason why I could be corrected and some people will agree with me is because, again, the game is dirty,
of course.
So I'll keep everything theory based for now. And then that's like your standard account. Then there's your pro account. There's your pro account or your ECN account. So there's the STP and then there's the ECN, Electronic Communication Network. And that one essentially was supposed to happen. You're not supposed to be sent to dealing desk. You're not supposed to be sent to B book. Yes, B book.
That's straight through.
Yeah, so straight through to the liquidity provider. So Grand Sharp, a liquidity provider, and I'm gonna just, people that are market maker, what. I'm just gonna break it down here. Your liquidity provider is a P-book, guys. As much as people be like, I want to go ECN straight to the market. At the end of the day, liquidity provider is a P-book because your liquidity provider is holding your risk as a trader. They're accepting your risk. Now, why liquidity providers, for me, where liquidity providers differ with brokers is liquidity providers have more volume to them. There's tons more in their pool, right? Unlike a broker where their liquidity or the risk that they can take is very minimal because you find maybe they only have access to and I'll put it in a local context, have access to something like $2 million, that's how much they'll normally have floating around. Unlike international brokers where they have one client who can have that 2 million on its own, but then a liquidity provider, maybe he will have something like $50 million at his disposal, and these are young numbers that I'm talking about. I'm just talking about in a local context, right? Just to put it in a local context. And like I say, guys, whatever I say here is not like a set in stone number or whatever. I'm just trying to put context and make you understand how it is. But an ECN account is supposed to be the fairest account, right? Giving you raw spread. So normally when brokers tell you zero spread, it's raw spread. Not that it's zero, but then it will be way smaller. And then what they charge to do, what they prefer to do and where they make their money is where now they charge you a commission on your trade. And a lot of people are like, how much is the commission? The commission is normally a flat fee that you see there. I always tell people that look at ECN accounts like this. Each and every pair will have its own spread, right? But it's like walking into a shop where there's 10 kgs of meat, there's 10 kgs of flour, there's 10 kgs of rice, and then they tell you that no, for your rice or your meat or your what, you will always pay whatever price is written there plus $20. So whatever is 10 kg, you always gonna do whatever price you see there plus $20. So whether you're buying water of 10 kg, we can weigh water. Let me rather say, whether you're buying flour of 10 kg or meat of 10 kg, you're always gonna pay that additional 20 rand of a handling fee or whatever. So that's essentially what ECN accounts are. And then we have micro accounts. Micro accounts are normally coupled with cent accounts, but the difference between a micro and a cent account, a micro account, so both of them, remember I said standard account and ECN account, one lot will equal 100,000 contracts, which is another chat on its own. And if you don't get it, no, here's the thing. We laugh about this, but I've legit at a local broker was like, yo, do you guys have micro accounts? They were like, sure, you can trade a micro lot. And I'm like, no, I'm not talking about micro lots. I'm talking about micro accounts. And I was a guy who now had to go and show them everything on what is a micro and what is what. So don't feel bad, guys, because even people that are in the forefront of brokerages don't know what I'm talking about when I talk about all these things. And now I got to break down contract size, and then they're like, oh, and they're like, oh, snap, I didn't know that was a thing. It's like, yeah, well, you didn't have me on your team. But yeah, so cent accounts normally they give you the cent value. So instead of saying $100, right, they'll multiply that, make it into cents, and be like 10,000 cents, because $1 has 100 cents in it, right? So that's how then $100 will be like 10,000. So it'll write 10,000 there instead of 100. There's micro accounts, and then micro accounts. It's like you get the actual. So your $100 will still be your $100, but then when you open a trade, when you open one lot, it will be equivalent to opening a 0.01 on a standard account. So these are normally better for people who want to learn how to trade, or people running expert advisors. A lot of expert advisors being robots. Just a tip to the guys that are here: if you're gonna run a robot, just immediately off of the bat use a micro account. You know, before you even be like, this thing, just use a micro account, see how that robot works. Because I've had people coming to me saying this robot is crap, this robot is nonsense. Then I took the very robot, and all I did was I put it on a micro account, and it handled risk the way risk was supposed to be handled. So I think that's where people tend to get it wrong. They just go for the wrong account type, right? And then it blows their thing. But yes, and most brokers, what are you gonna get? You're gonna get a spread-based account, right? So it won't be a pro account, it won't be an ECN account or what, but it would just have pure spread. And just getting into reasonable spread. I think if your Euro USD is more than 25 points spread, right, I think it's ridiculous. And I just want to see something, because we might be getting into trouble with someone. You might be getting into trouble with someone for saying this, but hey man, who cares? If we need to call a spade, then like we're calling a spade spade. Let's see there. I haven't seen the instruments, but Euro USD is then normally the benchmark. Wow, beautiful spread and no cap. But yeah, if you're paying more than 2.2 pips. So your spread there will write like 22. If it's anything more than that, your spread is
paying
quite
a little
high.
bit too much for it.
You're paying quite a lot. 22 going down. That's normal for.
And this is for Euro USD.
Euro USD, so don't go look at USD's out, GBP, and be like,
Scooby line.
You don't want none of those. But then for Euro USD, and I think that's something that like we need to put in consideration. That these spreads or what account type or what do people need to do, and that's just my advice. You can go for a standard account, right? But then with that standard account, just always make sure that you're paying a decent amount of spread. Now I can't promote any broker right now, I choose not to promote a broker right now.
Of course.
But I think in South Africa especially, more as this industry is growing, people are fixing the spread issues, and realizing that people are woke now. People are aware all these issues concerning spread and all of that. But then the other problem that some people tend to get it wrong. Now they think manipulation and what and what and what. But yeah, so what to look out for before registering with a broker?
Yeah. Obviously, you need to check if they're regulated or not. Obviously, but like we spoke earlier on, not just in South Africa. What if you're choosing to trade from a different country while you're in South Africa, which is very possible because of the internet, and you want to abide by the rules of a different
region. Yeah. So regulation.
Like, what about scandals though? Do you need to look out for those? Because everyone's got scandals. We probably, even Top Trader SA probably has scandals.
What scandals?
We don't even know about.
Here's the thing. It's like where do the scandals come from?
Okay.
How are they made? Are people informed with saying what they're saying? Because some people now just like throw words or really throw a fit without understanding.
And I think that's been the issue though with the whole scam, the term scam, the scam term. Because it's just been thrown around so easily.
Just whatever, people are just throwing it around. People just saying whatever they want to say about that. Sorry, I'm just trying to organize. PJ, please get me something to drink. I'm really thirsty. I'm not indoors. There's the green one there. We're not going to endorse them. I'll just say there's the green one in there. Yeah, but I don't know. People will come back. We'll come back to the scandals.
Let's the scandals. So obviously regulation. Minimum deposit. Obviously, do you need to look at minimum deposits? That's something to look out for before registering. It's not really a problem. Depends on your pocket.
I don't think so because most online brokers they are on same part. First, I think regulation and understanding where they must be regulated. Guys, we covered this the other time, but just to brush on it, please, FCA, FSCA, SISAC, ASAC, which other one did we mention?
Is it SV?
SVG, Bermuda.
Oh, is that Bermuda? Okay, no,
even the SVG. Saint Vincent, Mauritius. We won't lie. Those are regulations, but then it's like, do they even understand what they're regulating? It's like that was the case with South Africa as well. It's like, do brokers even understand what they're regulating? And we're still in that phase. Unfortunately, we still are. But then we've got strong enough regulation bodies that do take action. I think when we see all these guys have like their license suspended and stuff like that, it's to show that no, actually in South Africa they are doing something about it. I think South Africans, we have the problem where we don't know how to exactly go about situations, because you find there's some people telling you that they still haven't gotten their monies from JP Markets. And trust me, if I was part of that ship, I'd have my money. But I was fortunate enough to see fire coming. No, with that one.
But no cap, you spoke out about it sometime. But you know what's funny though? Actually, touching on that whole thing, I think it was last year December though. I think just around Christmas time, there were payments that were made out from that broker. To people, but when you look at who was getting paid,
who was getting paid,
it was a who was getting paid situation. Not everyone got their money.
So I think, but again, there's people not knowing how to fight for themselves. Also, when I worked for a broker, I got into a little bit of trouble for siding with the client whilst having a conversation with the client. And that's why I just said, okay, you know what, I won't speak with clients anymore, because he said this doesn't make sense. And I was like, brother, I agree with you. What you think doesn't make sense. Now I'm being called into a boardroom there. being like, bro, you can't side with the client. Next thing, FSCA, we get into trouble. But for me, I was irritated at that moment, and I didn't make a big problem out of it, but I didn't like that. This client, it was a $20 issue. $20 is not a lot of money to them. Just fix it.
Yeah.
It's wrong.
Yeah.
I'm telling you it's wrong.
Yeah.
You're the same broker that didn't know what micro accounts is, so don't piggies at me if I say it's wrong.
Yeah.
I wrote them the maths. I sat down and I wrote them the math because what was their generic answer? No, liquidity provider. Oh, midnight spread. Oh. I was like, guys, even if you said midnight spread, if this guy knew his story, we would have to justify so many points.
Yeah.
We'd have to justify that. Where do we get these points from? Because of understanding how spread would widen versus bid price, ask price, and all those things. And I told them, I was like, guys, if you did this to me, you know, pretty damn right, you would pay me because I'd break it down for you to a very understandable level, you know, and unfortunately, I've fought with the same people with pricing issues, and they didn't see what was wrong, and I was like, yo, I can't believe that I'm having this, and that's the problem, is that, dog, if we're arguing other cases with people that are in the industry that don't know, what more a person who's not in the industry, what more a person who's starting today, you know, they don't understand their rights and how to go about everything, and everything isn't common knowledge, although it would have at this point they'd be like it's common knowledge, but it actually isn't.
And there's so many people who don't know so much still to this day,
bro,
and probably like a huge chunk of people actually busy with forex, busy with trading. They don't really understand fully what they need to understand about this industry. And I think, again, I repeat this every week, it's the purpose of industry chats, guys, is to educate people.
To educate people on the industry and what you need to know. And that's why I'm like, regulation, we got to go about it and let people know. Because, you know, most people I've seen, which is why I feel sometimes a lot of brokers, it takes a long time for them to get addressed.
Okay.
It's because people don't understand even the reporting issue. They think they're going to call a hotline and then say, yeah, I'm unhappy, and then it's going to get dealt with. No, guys, you must actually write a whole thing, and there must be back and forth, and also how it must be done. You know, so that you understand, because, for example, and again, like I said, it's going to be a regulation chat one. For example, if I have an issue with a broker, right, I can actually not go to the FSCA as soon as the issue happens.
Okay.
I need to talk to the broker. I need to properly communicate my issue with the broker.
Yes.
And then from there, 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So I need to plumb 6 weeks. I need to give the broker enough time to find the case, solve the case, get back to me, all of that.
Yeah.
Until 6 weeks has passed, I'll go to the FSCA and the FSCA won't do anything about it. You know? So I think like we need to like go into that regulation one where people understand processes and how things should go. And what else to look out for?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I think for me the important thing is regulation.
I think
there's not much because like everything else is just here. You'd be nitpicking.
Standard, so
if you're like, nah, I need a broker that offers like
the website must be super lit. I can't just sign up on any website.
I need a broker that's registered in every freaking country in the world. I mean, it's just like you see, that's just nitpicking.
That's not easy to do.
You see, so I think this one's actually really quite an interesting one, because the next one, the business model, A book, B book.
Yeah.
for years, these were chests I was hearing from people. B-book brokers or scam brokers.
People, did they even know what a B-book broker is, or they just think it's a scam broker?
Yeah. So, what is an A-book? What is a B-book?
A-book, right?
Yeah.
Theoretically, ne? Again, I say theoretically. Before somebody who is a smart ass in our comment section decides to come, but if you decide to come, well, let's have a chat about it.
Yeah.
A book, right? Yeah. And that's the one that we normally associate with ECN. That's the one that they'll normally call an NDD, a non-dealing desk.
Yeah.
So they don't have a dealing desk, so they don't have they don't write their own prices or whatnot. An A-book broker, in theory, is the cleanest sort of broker, because the only thing they do is charge you either the spread, extra spread, or charge you the commission to join you to the liquidity provider. And then that's who facilitates your trade, the liquidity provider, right? Unlike B-book, where you coming straight to the broker, right? And the only thing that's happening, right, there, like I say, you're coming directly to the broker. So in a sense of, and a lot of people think they're trading in the interbank, intermarket. Guys, we are retail traders. We are retail traders. It's not gonna happen. Even if a broker can tell you, "Hey, book, you're going to a liquidity provider. You're not going to an interbank." Yeah, maybe your liquidity provider is going to the interbank, but you're not going to the interbank. Even if you have 20,000 US, 50,000, 100,000 US, whatever your traders are telling you, these small boys, they're lying. They're lying. Even me, I'll admit in that regard, I'm a small boy. I've never traded in the interbank.
And people like making it seem like, nah, dog, I've dealt with like serious things. That time, dog, you're not even close. You don't even know what
they
the
know
doors of the
it
interbank look like.
Bro, they don't know. But basically, it always goes to the liquidity provider in the A book, and B book, the broker is the liquidity provider. So meaning, and this is why people say B book brokers are scam. Because the B book brokers are also the guys that are gonna offer you profit share. But B book, if you make money, the broker loses money. And if you lose money, the broker makes money, which is why we understand people would be like they scams or what, because obviously nobody likes losing money. You know, no individual, no business, no nothing. So maybe on that odd day, like a broker I was a part of, JP, it did have a spread manipulation, a hectic spread manipulation, you know, or candlesticks would look slightly different. And guys, please always take into account time frames that you're looking at something on, because a 4-hour broker, a 4-hour chart of broker in Australia, of broker in Jerusalem, of broker in America are all gonna be different, a 4-hour basis, because their servers are set at different time. One broker, you find that their time is -2 GMT, another one is +2 GMT, another one is +3 GMT, you know. So that's why we get different sort of looking candles, because one broker's server is there. So now you guys like saying, these candles look different. It's like, okay, but what about the pricing? You know, because like I said, that different servers are placed at different places. So people must understand that it's all about pricing. It's not just only about the server and where the server is based, right? So pricing, so what yes, we're still on the A book, B book. So B-book, like I said, that the broker takes your risk, right?
Okay.
When you make money, the broker loses money, and when you lose money, the broker makes money. And like I said, that's why some people think they manipulate, and sometimes some brokers manipulate.
Yeah.
But guys, manipulation for just one person,
Dude.
forget about it.
It's, especially if you're trading less than a million. Can we say less than like what, a million rand? Even a million rand.
No, here's the thing.
But that's not the case.
If you are trading $1 million,
yeah.
chances are they won't want to mess with you because they know you probably know your story. Unless they've had prior conversations with you and seen that, this is just a rich person trying to get into Forex.
Chances.
But then if you're coming through with $1 million, they're going to want to speak to you and treat you like a VIP client and know who you are, what you do, and get a bit of a better understanding about you. So yes, like I said, that manipulation, guys, manipulation is not happening in the way you think it is. I think South Africans in particular were ruined by, I don't know if I can say his name, but I'll just say it's Steve Morrow.
Okay.
By telling us the market maker method and that there's times where they're trading against you and what. And okay, guys, to those that believe that theory, I won't take anything away from it. I was also once a believer, and there is some truth to what he says. He's not talking utter rubbish, right? But there is some truth with what he says, but then it's not as bad as he makes it seem. Because here's the thing: people make you fear taking a trade. People make it seem as if you're trading Forex or whatever. Now you gotta deal with this monster or deal with that monster, and it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. So like I say, that manipulation, as far as manipulating price, spread is one of the things that is most manipulated. But then, man, like I said, that A book, B book, because it goes back to A book. A book is also another B book because somebody else is taking your risk, you know. Just because I've got 100 million instead of 10 million, I'm still taking on your risk. So somebody is always taking on somebody's risk in Forex, you know, 100%. Whether it's the broker or whether it's the liquidity provider. Sure in hell they ain't the interbank because you're a retail trader. And if you're trading with the interbank, you'd probably only get a leverages 1:1, you know, 1:10 if you're lucky, you know. But then if you're on that level, you can't even be given a margin anymore, you know, or rather leverage, because your margin is the entire money that you're putting there and stuff like that. And that's why I'm like, I think people tend to get lost, and I don't like the fact that that's how it's gone down in our country, where people have made people fear brokers or fear what.
So true.
And at the same time, I won't say that nonsense isn't happening.
It's
right?
happening as well.
But to be honest, it's the local guys that are doing. By local, if you're Chinese, then it doesn't apply to you. But by local, I mean South Africa. I'm talking with the South African regions.
You actually had a hot status. I want to read your Facebook. Guys,
all right.
If by any chance you guys go at Scooby on Facebook, guys, you will. Your days will always be brighter.
But I've slowed down. I used to be like the Black Twitter of Forex on my Facebook, but I've really slowed down. But like I was saying, that like it's the local guys that tend to do all these like funny manipulations and all of that. And not that it doesn't happen overseas, it does happen. A very reputable broker, Pepperstone. They also had like issues one day where there was like spikes and whatnot, but they paid their clients back, you know, and things were done accordingly. And like locally, things aren't done accordingly, or they don't have like plans in place or whatever. Now you get Ban 100 turning 10k to 600k or 400k at a certain broker. Now that broker doesn't want to pay him out, and I know what happened. And another IB knows what happened.
Handle the chat, boy.
And he wants to no, it's not the time, no place.
It's too much. It's too much heat.
Yeah. No. Thing is, I'd holler, right? But I don't know if that trader or his gang watches this podcast.
Oh, I see.
I don't want them to have a leg to stand on because I don't like them either, you know.
Who was it?
He's someone. He used to drive an M4. Used to. Anyway,
let's move on.
Yeah. You know, I know the totally that happened, and yeah, you know, that's why I'm like, if people knew the right thing, they could have gotten their money back. Because at the same time, I think also FSCA, although they're growing and learning each and every day, and I appreciate the fact that they keep evolving, but I'm like, FSCA, they even if you would go report the case, they wouldn't understand it fully. They'd rely on you to give them information. Now those guys didn't have the information that they needed to get their money out. But yeah, that's why now that broker made it like a huge thing to click on their terms and conditions, because before you could just like sign up, but now they make you click on 2 terms and condition boxes before you actually open your account, because they don't want that trouble. And they saw that if we had someone who knew their story, like Tumelo, that's why they called me immediately. When that nonsense happened, they called me immediately. They were like, bro, there was something like this, what. You know, it's funny.
Oh, okay.
I could have milked that broker one day.
Okay, I remember. I know which trader you're talking about. I know.
I could have milked that broker one day. You know, one day, bro, I was opening trades there.
Okay.
And all the trades I was opening in a profit. Open a trade. Now,
wait.
Market was here.
Yeah.
But my buy orders were going down. I was hitting buy orders, and all my buy orders were going down. And all my sell orders were opening at the same price. So all orders, whether buy or sell, regardless of where price was running here, whether buy or sell, all orders were opening at a specific price. So I could have kept quiet. I told the CEO at the time what was happening. But I could have pressed buy. Make a whole lot of money. And then fight them for withdrawal. And their issue would have been, how do we fight that? What this guy did was dirty. Because there's been other things that happened there which they couldn't explain. Right, which I knew 100% explanation of, you know, and they came out on the losing end just because they didn't know how to explain it, you know, which is like what I'm saying, that like this is an ever growing chat, and if anybody's ever getting lost, you know, whether as on the broker side or whether you're a client side, you know, never be shy to hit us up, because these things are very tricky. And like I said, another thing that makes them tricky, right, is the gray area, you know. We don't have an official word or official rule on this, you know. So now it just becomes how good you speak your English when you get to the FSCA. Obviously, they've got the right money to get that proper English being spoken. But at the same time, I feel like bodies like the FSCA are actually pro-clients, you know. They're not there to protect the financial service thing. I don't know what they get out of it, but I've seen the FSCA is like anti-financial services providers.
They just here to hold the guys in the finance accountable.
And make sure that everything is being done right. And that's why people be like, they crap, but they're not crap. They proper, you know. And the only people that I feel would be crying about it is people who don't want to go according to the rules. Yeah, so that's A book, B book, and like we're saying that, or another dealing desk, non-dealing desk. Non-dealing desk would be A book, dealing desk would be B book. Those are the same guys that write the prices and what. And like I say, I know there's another broker. They registered locally. They've got an FSCA license, right? But then their prices, so you trade the prices written by them, but then those prices are written using their FCA, which is UK, using their FCA license.
Okay.
So when the ODP thing came out, and they were also on the list of 11 brokers that JP ratted out, and they were like, we're not stressing because we're only accepting clients, right?
Okay.
Through the FSCA, we're only accepting South African clients through the FSCA. But then once they're trading, they're no longer trading prices written by us FSCA. They're trading prices written by us UK, FCA. So you know, that's why I'm like, these guys, they move around different regulations to go around
just the workaround, basically.
all these things. And and to end this one,
before you end it there, I know there's a broker. I don't know whether I should holler this chat or whatnot. But
bro.
But they were very open about it. They literally sat down and like, nah, dude, look, we're a B-book broker directly. And they're like, we're a B-book broker. We create our own market that mirrors the value, what the liquidity provider. And they were saying this because like they're big. So they're big enough to create their own B-book.
To create their own B-book.
To that level. So like, but obviously this is an international broker now. No, bro. Internationally, most, like 90% of business is B-book. 90% of whatever business. So most of these international guys, I don't know, I'll just name them right now because I'm not promoting one guy, but Hot Forex, XM, XNES, INFX, FX Primus, BD Swiss, Avatrade, Axie Trader, FX Open. No. Who did I leave out? Did I mention Hot Forex? Hot Forex, all those guys. The guys that have a big international footprint, they B-book. They B-book, and like it's like, we can't, because it's not illegal. It's not illegal. And doesn't mean just because those guys are running a B-book model that now they're gonna do like spread manipulation or manipulate you, one person. They're not gonna come back for you. Guys, you gotta understand this. They're not coming for your $10. They're not coming for your $1,000. I think I know it's funny actually with my interview with Langa right now. That he even said himself, like, what is a broker gonna do manipulating me for my $1,000? Like, what's $1,000 to a broker?
Is not gonna do anything to them, bro. I mean, you look at their payrolls alone.
Okay.
Huh? Okay.
Yeah, guys, we're just gonna take a
technical issue.
Yeah, we're gonna take a short break. And then we'll be back in like a few.
So we just had to fix our technical errors. Not that we're filtering. If we're filtering, we filter from the offset. We know that. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that just now. Maybe another time. And the other things. We're not trying to get cancelled whilst we're starting. We want to say the cancelable things when we're at a point where you can't cancel us.
What make G levels right there. Can he get cancelled?
Can he? I think now we're talking about another podcast on our podcast, but I personally think he's past being cancelled.
I think people eventually get to that point where it's just like, you just, in as much as anything can happen on the show,
Yeah.
They will probably get cancelled by like maybe like 5% of people, but hey,
Yeah. I think they'll get cancelled by people. The show won't stop.
yeah, it will continue.
The show won't stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
anyway.
getting back. So I remember last thing we spoke about was like, yo, them coming back for your $100 or your $1,000. Guys, no. If they're coming for someone, they're gonna do it accumulatively, right? Which normally results in even the big clients or the good traders or the knowledgeable people being affected, and then they fight for you, and then everybody gets reimbursed. You know, that's how it's supposed to work. And just generally, guys, no, the brokers aren't out there to think for you. Although I have one broker or one thing where I'm just like, nah, could be, and that's pertaining to synthetics. And the reason why, I mean, the synthetics one, that's the one which I'm not for, because who else except for the one broker, which I shall not mention, is offering synthetics like that.
I can admit to the fact that like they've got monopoly on the whole thing, which makes it just like basically like us right now, South Africa, our only electricity provider is Eskom.
Yeah.
So they've got monopoly.
The monopoly, so they make the rules, you know.
Yeah, they really do make the rules. So like I can accept the fact that, you know what, these guys have monopoly. They can data whatever it is they want to data.
Yeah. That's why I call it dust. I swear those guys, that broker can make an index out of anything. Yeah. Corruption levels of South Africa.
Yeah, I've seen.
Right now it's on a buy. Buy everything, guys. Even fuel apparently is having corruption.
Really?
From the customers' point of view and from the petrol station point of view. Customers, they filling up and running away. Ooh. How are they running away successfully? They go to the filling station with a fake license plate already. Oh. So the car can't be traced. You're gonna look at that license plate and it's gonna tell you
now you're giving
people
ideas right now. No.
I'm letting everyone know so that because I'm sure we have 2 or 3 people or even more that work at petrol stations that are watching this, so they got to be informed. I might be giving somebody else an idea, but I mean, hey man, it's a double-edged sword right now.
It is.
or on the other side, the petrol stations. Right, they are the pumps are saying, look, I just dropped 15 liters of fuel in your car, but it actually only dropped like 10 or 12 liters. Yeah. Fuel corruption is becoming a thing, you know. So with the prices going high, because the thing is, they know that our prices are unsteadily moving. Yeah. You know, every month there is a change. So we can't keep up with the change. So you know, normally a 200 tank gives me 150 kilometers, and I'm being hypothetical right now, you know. Feel like that disclaimer is always needed. So in your particular vehicle, 200 rand gives you 150 kilometers, right? Yeah. But then as it keeps on increasing, that 150 goes down even to like 110 or even 100. So, but because they know that a lot of people aren't keeping up with price changes and how it's changing their range and whatnot.
And you don't get to a petrol station, you calculate the liters against
and everything.
And you don't do that.
In fact, how some other people have seen this is now, because petrol stations they tax, they need to pay all these things. Yeah. They read there. On the machine it says 27 liters was dropped, but then on the slip it says 21 liters. Really? Now they can't lie to like FNB or whoever is their payment people, because everything needs to be in order there. Of course. But then on their machines they can manipulate their machines to say something totally different to what you're actually paying for. So that's one crazy thing that's been happening. You know, I think like we've been talking about like the fuel price increase, right, and not really looking into the corruption that is coming with all of this right now. Yeah, and there's gang corruption that's coming through right now. With everything that's happening.
Yeah. Anyway, I think we are done. Okay, so guys, listen. Today's topic, we don't want to make it run too long. We're gonna come back for round 2.
Ding, ding, ding.
Even around 3, guys.
Maybe,
because like there's a whole lot that needs to be said, honestly.
Yeah,
like,
maybe we need a Cyprian to sit right here in the middle.
Yeah.
And tell us what's what, who's who in the zoo.
Yeah, you see.
Yeah.
Drop some names, name all the goons, and we're all good with it.
Hey, name dropping. I feel like you should have one day of gossip. What's our topic of today? Gossip.
Forex gossip.
Yeah, and there we don't care a damn what happens afterwards, even if I see you in the club. Yeah, I was like, you could trading in Sabah and like, come to think of it.
Come through with it. But Sabah in what way? What do you mean by Sabah in what way?
Like, I don't mind if we could get into a physical confrontation. Like, there was a certain trader who's like, let's put, I don't know what he's saying, $500,000 or $1 million for boxing. Number one, I thought that was cap. But hey, if he has the money to do it, then he has the money to do it. But you could talk. There's no boxer there's no trader that I wouldn't be afraid to get boxing with. Not that I go start a fight, not that I'm looking for a fight or whatever.
Yeah.
But if it so happens that we see each other, and there's no rules, I'll bring my guns.
Hey. Let me not say anything. I'll not add on to that. I'm friends with everyone.
Yeah, you might be friends with everyone, but sometimes
I'm lying. I'm not. I think people think we're CTSA, we like connect with everyone, and there's some people that we're beefing with, but we'll never make those beefs public. We don't need to make some things public. But there are certain people you guys will never see. Yeah, you never hear us mention.
But I think with a lot of traders, things are cool. I think you guys are cool. I'm also cool with traders. I used to be that guy that like, but I'm cool with traders. I'm cool with a lot of people, and I don't go beef and now be like your master or what. Me, I'm that sort of guy that like I'll approach a thing straight. Like when I talk, you trading demo. We trading demo, and if you get mad about it, well, hey man, you trading demo. Yeah. And I only say niggas are trading demo when I'm sure they're trading demo. If I'm not sure they're trading demo, then I wouldn't. I don't
he just minds the chat.
Yeah, but if I'm sure, and I'm sure because I've been within the brokerage space. I've had friends within the brokerage space. And we all know the truth.
Yeah.
You know, bro, no cap. If we were to take people that work in brokers and have industry chats, then too much would come out. On the day we name dropping, we need all these people here behind a hidden screen, so that they can talk. Give them a voice changer, because I'm sure that there's so many people who are willing to say something about like what's happening or what, 100%. But because they worried about their jobs or what, because you're gonna understand that the minute you're gonna trash talk someone, right, you are somewhat tainting the industry. Let's just say I trash talk. Let's mention a big trader that isn't local.
One of the guys from
let's say I trash Q Banks.
Oh, Q Banks. Okay.
A lot of people know Q Banks.
Yeah.
I trash talk Q Banks as somebody working within the industry. The broker's gonna be like, hey, Q Banks, he brings in 1,000 clients a month, and we don't need a person who trash talks somebody who is bringing 1,000 clients a month. Yeah. So now you won't get a job anymore because people will be like, you're gonna get dirt on our clients, and then
right now you are the employee of that broker.
Yes,
you are not
of the
an
broker.
individual.
So you gotta protect. But that's why I'm like, behind black screens, and then the rest of the people make assumptions about it, because If I call 3 people that worked for JP, 3 people that worked for 3 people that worked for another 2 people that work for I mentioned JP because JP is not there anymore, so they but and then another one that worked for
it would be some serious little chats right
yeah,
there.
it would be some things being dropped, and
so many things would be exposed.
And yeah, just like a whole lot of dirty going on. So that's why part 2, part 3, part 4, talk about local versus international.
It could even be its own spin-off there.
Bro, yeah, but right now, technical. You see why we moved back? Because we have technical things just happening. Technicalities just going on right now. But yeah, I think it's time for
yeah. So guys, we're just gonna run through these news time. First article that we have is the average take-home pay in South Africa right now. I'm really curious about this one. I haven't read this, so you read this article. I haven't read this article.
I went through it. I didn't read it. I just scrolled down to the numbers. I don't need to read.
I want to see I want to see the numbers as well.
Although it's crazy when you get into like what's actually going on. You're like, so much dirty. So much dirty. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad to see you're expecting numbers to go up, but they're going down.
Yeah.
I was about to become political, chief, but
yeah.
Let's just continue.
Anyway, so I'm just gonna read parts of this article. The average real monthly salary was 14,696 in May and plummeted by 6.7% on a year-on-year basis.
Which is sad for me.
Yeah.
Why are we going down when inflation is going up?
Dude, imagine, bro. Everything is like going up. The price of everything is going up, but your salary,
going down.
I'm looking for numbers right here. I won't lie.
In nominal terms, the total take-home pay declined by 1% compared to last year. The average nominal salary in May, which was the lowest since July 2021. So yes, there's the real take-home and then the nominal take-home.
But okay, this is healthy, right? 14,817.
What?
It's healthy.
What? What?
No. Wait,
I say what to this guy because I'm pretty sure I've seen him spend that casually for leisure. Not for leisure, for fun. Eating your bills, your serious bills for fun. That's why I'm like, what? No, not that fun was bad. People benefited, family benefited. You fed someone, Airbnb. Okay, we don't understand why people are just making noise in our podcast. Yes. Anyway, sorry, guys. No, it goes back to. No, here's the thing.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying that. You know where my question's coming from, because you find that so many people in the retail space, this would have to be for people who are working in corporate right here. And if that's the case, it's still a bit low though. But like obviously retail guys.
This is the average in South Africa.
Okay.
The average
taking into account. Do you guys
everything. Think it's fair? Okay, let's get y'all's opinions. 14,696 is the average monthly salary in South Africa. Do you guys think it's fair? No, because you already made yourself known in the podcast. Your opinion, do you think that's a fair pay? 14,696
a month.
Yeah.
Yo,
that's not enough, ne?
Wow.
Yeah, it's not good enough. Exactly what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying, bro. Okay, wait. Now, where do you live there, dog? Let's look. The average rental at a decent place, not too lani, but at a decent place. Where is it at? A one bedroom.
Fine, that's around like what, 6, 7 basically around
Ah,
there.
no, you're looking. I don't know where you're looking, but we stay in the East Rand. In the East Rand, I know maybe I can get a one bedroom for 4.5, chief. So
5.
yeah.
Put it at 5.
Okay,
bro.
let's put it at 5.
This includes some kakase.
Doesn't
even include electricity.
5.5 to include your rates and taxes
and everything. So 5.5
electricity,
basically.
right? And then your car, your transport. How much you using for that? Okay, it's not so bad when you count basic needs. It's not bad. It's not bad when you count basic needs, but then
there's a tax on this though. Would there be tax on this?
I think no take home.
Oh no, this is the take home. Okay, fine.
Yeah,
okay, fine.
tax
So
has
already
been
the rest
included.
Has been, okay.
Yeah. So okay. I kind of get where you're coming from. It's fair.
Yeah.
It's fair. It's not great. It's okay. You can live with it. You can, because there are some people who are only taking like 3-4K in a month. You know,
and that's scary though. When you
dog,
think about
it's
it, bro.
scary. It's scary. Yeah,
bro.
that's why, bro.
But bro, me, I won't cap, bro. Like there were times where, like, you know, before things changed and everything, like not real money was coming in, you know, grinding and stuff like that. So I'm really grateful, you know, to be able to be like sitting here and stuff like that. And things have changed.
Yeah.
And just sit here because I really like.
Thank you Forex. Thank you Cyprus. Thank you withdrawals. Thank you EFT notifications. Thank you FNB.
Thank you Nedbank.
Thank you Nedbank. Thank
you the cashier that's working at Nedbank.
Thank you everyone. Thank you connections. Thank you knowledge.
Thank you internet. Thank you internet providers. Thank you
everyone. But yeah. Like, as you were.
As I was saying, I actually lost my point, but let's actually move on. You know.
No. I think like, you were making a reference to how that 14K back in the day when there was like, zero coming in.
You know, that's a lot. Hence, I was saying because I think I still have some part of me still has admit that. You know, I never want to go back there type of thing. Like,
yeah. So
like,
you'd rather take 14 than nothing.
Yeah,
fair
of course.
Enough.
You know, and for a lot of people, that's a lot, bro.
For a lot of people, that's a lot.
Yeah.
You know, and it's crazy that like we talk about it not being a lot, but then
to some people
it covers what it needs to cover. But then at the same time, then some things don't make sense, guys.
Yeah.
There's too many Gucci's rolling around for an average of 14. I see way too many Gucci in life for people to be like that's the average South African salary, 14,600.
Hey, South Africa looks like it's living soft, dog.
Bro,
no cap, boy, no
people
cap.
look like but then dog, it's crazy. It's crazy what's going on. You know they say most of these people, number one. And we're jumping off the article now, making a whole podcast on the article. But you know, the people who are in the most in debt in South Africa earn between 20 and 25,000, 20 and 30,000 actually, because I'll take into consideration inflation and whatnot. Between 20 and 30, that's where people are in like most debts, because when institutions or loan houses or whatever see your pay slip, you qualify for a lot of people. So you get a house, you get a car, you get a credit card, you get a personal loan, you get a home loan, you get accounts, and those accounts come with a huge balance available, right? And then you like count all these things and you get them, and you find those people, they say those guys within the first 5 to 7 days their salary is done,
finished.
Now they have to live the rest of the month on credit, which how are they paying back? I do not
that's actually and that's when they've got you right there. That's when they've got you right there. Like once you start. Anyway, the next article that we have is US charges.
Hey, I like how you just jump. You just wanted that one number. There is source here. There is sauce here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mina singacho nje. Singacho.
You can find the rest of the sauce, bro.
Are you guys gonna leave them in the dark? But we have nice things. As much as things have decreased in terms of how much people, because if you go down here, you realize that in so where are we now? We looking at May 2022, May 2021. Okay, salaries weren't that bad, right? The take home has decreased because last year's take home was 15,747. Which is like 1,000 rand, which is 1,000 rand more take home. So if you can like look at this, people are actually decreasing on how much they earning. But what I like about here, right, is that there were more salaries being paid, right? So about 98,000 more people were paid because after adjusting for weekly workers, the Bank Serve Africa data indicates that almost 98,737 more salaries were paid in May 2022 compared to April 2022. So at least people are getting jobs.
It's not all bad.
It's not all bad. So at least like people are getting jobs because essentially you don't mind if people are earning less, but there are more people working because it sucks if I'm earning 14,000, but I'm the only breadwinner in the house.
Yeah, that's
true. But then if we two, and now they say my salary is going to be 10,000, but I'd rather earn 10,000, you earn 10,000, then we get to share responsibilities, and overall there is more money coming in. So even if they're paying me less, I don't mind just as long as somebody else in the crib has a job. And because I see you in such a rush.
No, it's okay. Finish off. I'm sorry,
to get in here.
guys.
No, there's just an interesting table there. But then again, which we normally go into. This is an article from Business Tech written on the 29th of June by a staff writer. I'd complain if I work for Business Tech. Imagine, dog, my name is Staff Writer.
You wrote that.
Dog, who wrote it?
Put my name on it.
Dog, put my name. Bro, like now they like Staff Writer. Now this person doesn't have a name or an identity.
Imagine they're trying to make a name for themselves in the industry.
Bro, and
they're gonna say like, Staff
Writer. It's like Employee of the Month. Staff Writer.
Imagine if people were coming on the shows and I was on Market Masters and I just wrote there trader.
Dog,
no
trader.
Name, no nothing.
Bro, I come through, I do an interview.
And I just say trader.
Even our guest.
Dude.
Be like,
crazy.
And today we have guests in the building. Shout out guests in the building. Chief, you don't need to worry yourself on those technicalities. We're on news now. I don't think we have memes. We don't have memes. Did you prepare memes? We had one meme, but the meme wasn't clear, so we don't have a meme.
Okay.
Yeah. What's our next article?
US. I was in a rush for this.
Hey dog, it's like you have a problem with Johan. Hey, the way you wanted us to get into this one.
Nah, the story is just heat. So that's
Let's get into that heat then.
U.S. charges Johann Steinberg and MTI with defrauding 23,000 U.S. investors. So you guys need to understand is that
carry on.
He's not. This is the US now coming for him. You know, in South Africa they've come for him already, type of vibe, you see. So it's not the first country to come for him. And this is also coming from the fact that, you know, he took money from US investors as well. And it's actually quite USA, you wanted to say?
Yeah, I wanted to say they mustn't cry, dog. 23,000 US investors, but it hurt Canada and South Africa the most.
The funds there, dog.
Yeah,
It's
okay,
different.
okay,
The funds
relatively. Yeah, okay,
You see,
fade.
if you thing is, I think for me it was the amount of Bitcoin that's just can't be explained where it's at, regardless of we always trash talking Bitcoin. But if you've got more than 20,000 Bitcoin on you,
Yeah. We can trash talk Bitcoin the whole way, but if you've got
20,000 Bitcoin,
dog,
more than that,
even 10,
Dude,
even 5,000 Bitcoin, dog,
come on.
dog. No, from 10 full coins.
Yeah, yo,
Okay, you're not nice, but
you nice.
you cool. You cooling. Let me say you cooling. You're not nice, but you cooling, dog. 10
cooling.
10 coins or more.
Cool. 10
Yeah,
10
no,
coins.
10,
oh,
10
okay.
coins.
Oh, no, that's cool.
cooling.
I thought you said 10,000 coins.
No,
I was
no,
like,
no. From 10
Okay,
coins,
yeah.
you cooling. Yeah.
Okay, nah, you are cooling actually. So the charge sheet says Steinberg created and operated through MTI, a global foreign currency commodity pool that only accepted Bitcoin to purchase a participation in the pool, with a value of over 1 trillion. Am I reading that correctly? Oh, sorry, 1 billion. Sorry, forgive me, guys. It is 1 billion, right? Scooby, please.
It's too many numbers.
Too many
anyway,
numbers. I haven't seen them before.
No.
Clearly, that's qabuka for now.
To a person who doesn't have even a billion rands.
Yeah.
Dog, the difference between a billion and a trillion US is the same, bruh. You don't have a billion rands, dog. So the difference between dog, both of them you would accept like so a lot of numbers, but yeah,
a lot of numbers. Anyway,
billion, yeah,
billion, $1.7 billion. This action is the largest fraudulent scheme involving Bitcoin charged in any CFTC case.
And I feel like you passed out the CFTC case. Fun fact about the CFTC: if you can visit the CFTC website, right?
Yeah.
You can actually read a commitment of traders report. Now, the commitment of traders report, if you know how to read that properly, guys, you can make very good money because these are professional traders, prop firms, all of those things, right? They have to submit a commitment report as to what they are going to trade that week with how much volume. They don't have to be 100% specific, but they just give an indication, right, to the CFTC, right, to tell them this is how much we're committing this week or allocating this week. So I know some traders. One of the lit traders from South Africa. Yeah. People say, I'm the lit trader in South Africa, right? He's a very late. The guy trades for companies only. Is in like they're a group of traders.
Okay.
And they only trade fundamentals.
Yeah.
And they trade their fundamentals in line with the commitment of traders report.
Okay.
And those are people that are putting in like 150 lots a trade.
Yeah.
You know, one trade, 150 lots. No ninja style. No, 150 lots, one trade, 100 lots, one trade, 50 lots, the next trade. And they actually use there. So CFTC, the U.S. Commodities Futures Trading Commission.
Yeah.
Right, because I feel like you skipped that part.
I did skip the part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, MTI was rated the world's largest crypto scam of 2020 according to 2021 crypto crime reports by Chain Analysis. MTI was placed in liquidation in December 2020 when investors were unable to withdraw funds from the scheme. Steinberg fled to Brazil around the same time and was arrested late last year by police in that country. He is currently fighting extradition to South Africa.
Now, I do not understand, my nigga. Like I said, LATAM, right? Yeah. Brazil falls under that LATAM region. Okay. Brazil, Argentina, all of that. Like, I don't understand why because this guy was as good as being here in Jozi, dog. If he was at Brazil. So how are you getting caught, my nigga, if you are balling in a country? I feel like you shouldn't, unless it's like the US, UK, But dog, if you're balling in a country, dog, I don't see why you should get,
Yeah.
I don't see why. What was he doing? He was probably driving a Lamborghini there, living in a flashy house or what.
He was doing too much.
Yeah, he was doing too much,
Too much. So sometimes, hey guys, you guys watch Money Heist. You saw, don't do too much after you get the money, guys.
Especially the year after you knock people. How? Sway. John isn't a very clever guy. He's clever, but not that clever.
Not that clever,
eh?
For a smart guy, he's not that clever.
For a smart guy, he's not that clever. Yeah.
Yeah, so the CFTs... 3 more, why? Okay, we'll make it quick. Okay. Yeah.
Let's get through it.
The CFTC says it's seeking full restitution to defrauded investors. So the thing is, I want to get to the numbers right now because I think that's the part that really
those are the ones that we need.
Yeah. So the court filings before the Western Texas District Court, where the case has been filed, says Steinberg and MTI accepted at least 29,421 Bitcoin at the value of more than $1.7 billion.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of Bitcoin right there. But
even if Bitcoin can go down to $100 Bitcoin,
you're still nice.
You're still
nice. Like for real. So so this is the part I actually wanted. In the only pooled account defendants held at FX Choice, a broker located in Belize, and which they falsely claimed was trading profitably. Steinberg and MTI only deposited 1,846 Bitcoin and lost 566 Bitcoin trading unprofitably. So right now you can imagine there's how much Bitcoin is missing over there. So the liquidators, so remember at the beginning of the article they speak about the process of liquidation. So the MTI liquidators subsequently only recovered 1,281 Bitcoin from FX Choice and sold this for the equivalent of 1.1 billion rand.
Chief.
So from that 28 billion rand, they only recovered 1.1
billion.
Dude. So obviously, these bonuses were claimed to come from trading profits, but there was no evidence of any trading profits, giving rise to claims that it was nothing but a Ponzi scheme, paying out older members from Bitcoin introduced by newer members. It's dead. Okay. So I think that's the part. So Steinberg and MTI deposited only 1,846 participants' Bitcoin into the FX Choice pool account. So right now there's the remaining 27,574 Bitcoin into the FX Choice pool account or any accounts that trade 3,000 and have failed to use those funds for any trading on behalf of members. Instead, Steinberg individually as an agent of MTI misappropriated participants' Bitcoin for his personal use.
Is your color?
Dude.
They are going to cry.
So they are going to cry.
Americans don't care about the scam. They just care that a South African finessed Americans. Yeah.
So it's quite a crazy story, but obviously this is a big story within our financial industry, especially in South Africa as well.
Yeah.
For a South African to be called one of the biggest
scammers
to run the world's biggest crypto scam.
No, but remember, he was the world's biggest crypto scam for 2020.
Yes.
And then again, Indians from South Africa.
And like we're producing
crypto scams. Because AfriCrypt.
There was that. This was only for 2020.
They showed Johan that Ntanga. We taking it to a new level, bruh.
So 2022 is not over yet.
It's not over.
It's not over yet.
It's not over
It's
yet.
not over yet.
There's currently one focus on me. I think we'll just skip to the one where the worker who accidentally got paid 286 times his salary resigns and disappears with the money. The story about this guy is quite funny.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
But what are you doing when you get paid that much? What are you doing when you wake up after payday? You wake up, you thinking you're gonna see your usual numbers.
Chief.
Yeah.
First things first, I'm not going to Brazil. Because going to Brazil is paying myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll get into that. Let me just quickly get into it, right? And then we'll discuss the after. Okay, so there is a man in May. Twitter is ablaze with a Chilean man who accidentally got paid 286 times his salary in May. He promised to return the money he was paid, but instead decided to resign from his job and has vanished. No, he confirms it. He still goes to work and confirms. Good. Oh yeah, I am confirming, guys, that you guys paid me more now. Now here's the numbers, bro.
Yeah.
Due to a clerical error, the business paid him 398,851 Chilean pesos, which is 2.9 million rands, instead of his usual 500,000 pesos, which is 8,900. So, bro, this guy could literally work for 10 years and he still wouldn't get the error.
Damn, that's crazy.
I think at first when he reported, he was like, and then he sat down and he did the maths and he was like, okay, I can work for 10 years and I still wouldn't make 50% of what I got paid. He still wouldn't make 50% of what he got paid. Working 10 years in Tanga, it's a given. It's a given, bruh. I think it was that. He was shook when it first happened. And then when he did the calculations, he was like, nah, sway, I can't play myself like this.
God doesn't give with the hands, just to translate.
To translate. God won't give you with his hand. His hand won't come from heaven and come here.
He'll give you with other.
He'll make a banking error there. He'll make a banking error there. Sure. The man reportedly agreed and said he'll go to his local. I'm jumping to the end, but anyway, he contacted his employer, right? Yeah. And they asked him to return the money. The guy said he would, right? And he said he'd do it, and it never happened. Right? And then at the workplace, they were like, hey, Joe, Chalete, where's the money, chief? Ganti, only to find the subscriber you have dialed is unavailable at the moment. No, please try again later.
But you know, which is the wildest part of this whole story right now, is the fact that the man actually came in to resign. That no one clocked that this man is. The fact that I would not even resign.
Yeah, no. They would not. Like they would forget. They would. Bro, it would be them covering the error when they do all the books to be like, yo, outlay hambi.
Scenes. We thought he was sick.
Yeah, give them a panic. Now he told them first. He was like, for me that's cocky, bro.
Yeah.
For me that's like, hey, Nqobi, you left your car keys at my place, but I'm taking your car now.
But you know this what this actually speaks to is that like a lot of people think they've got good morals.
Yeah.
And so a huge amount of money lands and you need to do the right thing.
He thought he had good morals.
So I think that's why he went back. He told them, like, guys, look.
Nah, you know what I think happened? This is what happened. Guy got paid that amount of money. He didn't believe it. Yeah. He's never. He knows, bro. He's gonna work 10 years of his life and never see that money. Yeah. Probably even 20 years of his life and never. He's probably calculated that my whole life I've worked and I've not made this amount of money, right?
8.9 a month to receiving 2.9 million.
2.9.
Come on.
Bruh, this guy, he probably didn't believe it. He probably thought it was a banking error, it was a joke, it was what? And then he probably went and swiped his entire salary one day and he was like, eh. And then he swiped his entire salary again in one day. Then he was like, ah. Then he knew, it's for real. Gone. I think that's it, bro. I think when he realized that, this money is actually for real, let me go with it.
I mean, if you think you're a good person and you think you're always going to tell the truth and you think you're always going to... Wait till...
He tried.
Yeah,
bro.
he really did try. Wait
we'll
till
give him an E for
huge amounts of money lands there and you need to do the right thing and you start thinking about your life, what you want.
Not in South Africa, bro. We all inclined to looting one way or another.
From the very top to the very bottom, everyone's
From the
looting.
very top to the very bottom.
Very top.
Aye, bro.
Everyone's looting. It's a loot fest out here, if we're being honest.
Hey.
But yeah, that's crazy though. That's really crazy though. Yeah, I think that's...
And our technical producer...
He's
Jay
speaking.
in the background is asking us to call it a rap.
Yeah, he's tired of us now, by the way. Like he
I'm
doesn't...
not calling it a rap, I'm calling it a box master. Hey, next thing they say I'm promoting.
But they must also come and sponsor.
Yeah,
we'll come put like signage over here during the podcast. You see, we want money, guys. This podcast needs to pay.
We
guys.
To make it happen.
You see,
yeah,
yeah, guys.
No, in fact, we need to hit up Savannah because I know they. No.
We're foot in the door now. Foot in the door.
No, not because I'm saying any of us are alcoholics, of which we are not. But Nisha, they once made like fun of forex. They were like, you can get mysteriously rich without trading forex.
Oh yeah.
They had a whole thing.
Oh yeah,
and they even had it on their packaging.
Yeah.
You know, don't ask me how I know, but they even had it on their packaging. Yeah, so you know, maybe they'll hear us. They'll be like, let's hear what you guys gotta say.
But that's clean. This coming week we're actually shooting. We're gonna be in Sandton. Yeah, we've got a guy from another broker, but I don't think he'll mention if he wants to mention.
Yeah, he's at liberty to mention say where he works.
But
the views and opinions.
Yeah, but he's an account manager and a trader as well. So he's not just there dealing with people's complaints. He's also there trading for himself, and he gets the market as well.
So he understands.
Yeah. So anyway, that's that for this week, bro. Guys, I'll have you next week, Tuesday at 5 o'clock, guys. Yeah, every Tuesday at 5 o'clock.